4th at 6:30. Get with Greenhouse Ministries for more information. And those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Rutherford County's 22nd annual Earth Day celebration is Saturday, April 22nd, 10 a.m. to 2 on the Murfreesboro Square. MTE is proud to be the primary sponsor and organizer. Free fun for the whole family, April 22nd on the Square. They're going to have lots of good eats, hot dogs and popcorn free, and the electric griddle food truck serving gourmet grilled cheese going to be there as well. Big fun, April 22nd on the Square. Speaking of big fun, it's time for us to head over to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Rutherford County, and we have joining us this morning Michelle Clifford and a special guest. We're going to take a little tour up north here from Murfreesboro to Smyrna today. Miss Michelle, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How are you?
Doing very good, very good. Good to have you here with us today, and lots to talk about. Summer's almost here. It's amazing, isn't it?
It is. I cannot believe it, especially with it being kind of chilly today. It's hard to believe summer's around the corner, but it is. It's almost here.
Yeah. We're going to spend some time talking about that and some of the various programming that's going on. But we have a special guest also joining today, right?
We do. I'm so excited. We have Miss Chelsea Meyer joining us today on the radio. She is our Smyrna director, and I can let Chelsea tell you a little bit about herself, but we are so excited to have her. She is a Boys and Girls Club through and through, and grew up in Smyrna and has worked for clubs in Nashville, and we're happy to have her back home. So excited to have Miss Chelsea joining us today.
Chelsea, good morning.
Thank you, Michelle. Good morning. How are you, Brian?
I am doing great. With an introduction like that, big pats on the back, right?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me. So like Michelle said, my name is Chelsea Meyer. I am from Smyrna. I am Boys and Girls Club, runs through my blood, just like Michelle. I have been with the organization since 2015 and have just not been able to leave. And so I am super excited to be back in the Smyrna Club. It's where I started, and really excited to just continue my growth with the organization.
Chelsea, what did you do back when you were first at the club back in 2015? What was that first job?
I was a staff, so I was a youth development professional. So I started as just being a staff with the kids, and then have grown all the way up to club director.
Well, that's and in a relatively short time, but you started in Smyrna, and Michelle mentioned something about Nashville. So you've been around a few places, but back home, do you consider the Smyrna Club home?
Yeah, I do consider the Smyrna Club home. I actually had an opportunity to open a club in Chattanooga, so went there, and then COVID, world caught on fire, and ended up coming back home. Worked with Boys and Girls Clubs of Middle Tennessee, great organization, got to run their Franklin Club, and then ended up coming, like you said, to my home club back in Smyrna.
Well, that's great. How long have you been at Smyrna as the director?
I started in January,
Oh,
so
wow.
I'm still freshly new. Yes, sir.
4 months in, and I'm sure that there have been a few things to learn, but it helps to have been there before, I would think, in a job like that.
Yes, it does. And it's awesome to be back in where I started my career.
So you've been to other clubs, and Michelle and I have talked many times on this program about, just how special the Boys and Girls Clubs of Rutherford County really is. And honestly, two of the largest clubs that we have. And I guess all of that is a pretty big draw for you, and obviously for our community, because the clubs are always full.
Yeah, and that is the awesome part about any Boys and Girls Club you go to, no matter if it's in Rutherford County, Middle Tennessee, Knoxville, Chattanooga. Each club is making an impact, and that's what really has drawn me to the organization for all these years, is knowing that no matter what club you set foot in, it's like its own little home, and you're making an impact for the youth within it. And that's the most important part, is knowing that we're always making that impact no matter where we go.
Chelsea, tell me a little bit about if you are describing the Boys and Girls Club to someone that isn't familiar with the club, kind of give us your 2-minute speech on what it's like, and why the club is successful and what the impact it has on all the kids there that come through.
Okay, yeah. So Boys and Girls Club is a place where our mission is for those who need us most. So we are open doors to all of our youth within our community, especially those who need us most, to come to have a number one safe place, but a fun place, somewhere to come and be welcomed, have fun, and just really figure out life in general and come to do awesome programming and never have a boring day. Boys and Girls Club, Michelle knows every day is different and no day is the same. And there's always something going on. So whether it is sports, education, art, playground, there's always something for the youth to do within the club, and especially building in their own community and learning who they are through friendships outside of the school that they already go to. So it's a great way for our youth to build themselves and have a safe and fun place to go in the community.
And I would think maybe build relationships, like you said, outside of school, but relationships that can continue into adulthood. We've talked to a couple in the past, and they became fast friends at the Boys and Girls Club, and now in their 20s are still very close. So, I mean, that's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, Boys and Girls Clubs is an ongoing relationship. Once you start in the clubs, you are constantly going, and that is a really good, not only community building, but networking in general for our youth to, many times when they get older, they come back around. I actually have 2 staff currently who were club kids, and I have kids currently who are telling me, Miss Chelsea, when I get older, I'm going to be in your office. And I'm like, I hope you are. I hope you are in my office when you get older, and I hope that you have that strive to continue being in the club and making that impact. And it's awesome to see kids who grow into adults to still be a part of the mission because they see the impact that it made and they want to continue to grow that.
We've got Smyrna Boys and Girls Club Director Chelsea Mayer joining us today. One of the things that is really cool about the club, I think, is the fact that, each child is individual. So let's say I come to you as a parent and little Johnny is really struggling with, math. There are ways that little Johnny can get that help while also having that fun environment as well. So that's another tool in the tool belt that's probably very important to parents.
Oh, yeah. They know that they have the opportunity not only for their kid to be safe, which is the number one priority, but to come and have somewhere to have fun and get the help they need. So we really strive on having those strong relationships with our parents so we know what each kid needs. And we actually have a reading specialist in the Smyrna Club who works one-on-one with kids who we know needs that specific help. And it's really a blessing to know that they have somebody who is specifically working with them to get them where they need to be.
We've talked, a lot this year, especially with coming out of COVID and, reading and how important it is and third grade retention and all of that kind of thing. Obviously, the kids at the club are getting some much needed help to kind of keep them on grade level or try to get them to grade level. And that's important.
It's very important, and we strive to be a helping aid to the schools as much as we can and get them the help that they need on top of all of the fun that they're having.
Programming it changes, doesn't it? I mean, from one week to the next, you keep it fresh for the kids and very enjoyable things and games and all kinds of things that go on there at the club that keep the kids engaged.
Yeah, we're always doing something different. We actually had archery yesterday. So we're always trying to keep something different in the club, giving them different experiences. So as they grow, they're learning all different types of trades. And a few weeks ago, we actually had a lockdown for our young girls where we talked about self-care. They learned how to make soap. They met with a nail technician. They met with a lot of different people just to learn skills and learn about taking care of themselves. So we're constantly trying to keep programming and different things in the club new and fresh so that they're not doing the same things and they can see different experiences.
We're talking about the Boys and Girls Clubs of Rutherford County. Smyrna Director Chelsea Mayer joining us. Michelle Clifford is also with us today. And, Michelle, once we hit Good Friday, it seems like the rest of April and May just fly by, and then all of a sudden kids are out of school and summer is here. And I know with it being chilly and rainy today, it doesn't seem like it, but I know you all are really planning ahead right now.
We are. You know, we love summer. I always tell you that, Brian, at the club. We love the kids. We love the giggling. We love all the fun that they have. Our registration for summer has opened. So if anyone's interested in registering, they can visit our website at bgcrc.net, like Boys, Girls Clubs, Rutherford County.net, and click on the clubs tab. And then from there, just pick which club they're interested in registering for, and they can register right there on the website for our summer program. But summer is so fun, and I like to think of it as we do everything besides wake them up and tuck them in at night during summer. I mean, we have them all day. We go on field trips. We bring field trips to them. We give them breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack. They are constantly going, constantly interacting with speakers or guests that we bring in, as well. As Chelsea has said, no day is the same. And our staff, we have the best, who have already started planning long time ago for summer, and to plan the very best summer they can. So when those kids walk through the door on the first day of summer, even the kids who come to the club during the school year on a regular basis, it's just the club looks different. It feels different. It's a whole different vibe. And we're very, very excited. And like you said, Brian, it will be here before we know it.
Chelsea, each week it seems to be something different, and each day is new, but kind of themes. One week may have a theme and a field trip at the end, and is that kind of how summer's going to work there in Smyrna too?
Yeah, we are actually going to be doing multiple field trips a week. Myself and our new program director, Mr. TJ, he actually was our triple play director, but he has gotten a promotion to our program director recently. He and I are working really hard on getting field trips solidified and working on our themes, and we have a lot of fun things coming through the pipeline.
So tell me a few of the field trip ideas that you all have planned.
Yeah, so we have Stars and Stripes here in Smyrna, which is definitely a past. We'll have Nashville Shores for our older kids, the zoo, just lots of fun, different, some educational, some fun, laser tag, just things that they are constantly on their toes getting to do something. And we even are going to have activities in the club, such as water days and scavenger hunts and field days, stuff to always keep them engaged.
Well, I'm ready to sign up myself, but I know I've aged out. But that sounds like a lot of fun.
You can come volunteer and join us.
There you go. That sounds like, just all kinds of fun wrapped up in that, but there are also learning opportunities too. So for those who maybe need a little extra push in a few subjects, you've got some activities that will help enrich that learning, and they're learning and don't know it really.
Constantly. I think that's every day within the clubs and school, but they're constantly learning without realizing it. Even if it's a board game or a team activity, even games in the gym, they're learning social and teamwork skills, and they don't even realize they're learning something, but they continue to apply that to themselves moving forward.
Michelle, sign-ups for the summer you mentioned are open at bgcrc.net. That's Boys Girls Club, Rutherford County.net, bgcrc.net. I suspect that you're going to get full pretty quick.
We will. We do typically fill up, especially in some of the younger age groups, faster. So what we will do if that happens is we will start waiting lists and try and clear those as quickly as possible if we can. But they will fill up. So if you're interested, I would encourage anyone to go ahead, visit our website, and fill out a registration form.
Now, let me ask this. Maybe someone listening, they've never been a part of the Boys and Girls Club or had their children or maybe even grandchildren, whoever they're with, but are interested in finding out more. What would be the pathway for them to do that?
Sure. So our website has a ton of information on it, pictures, all sorts of stuff. So they can browse our website. But if they still have more questions or want to know more, I would encourage them, please reach out, call us at 615-890-2582. Give us a call. Please ask any questions and let us answer them for you. Set up a tour. come by and tour the club and see what it's like and what it looks like and meet our wonderful staff and directors. We are always open to that for parents or anybody.
And I would think that if you're interested in doing that for summer, you better get on the stick, as we say here in the South.
That's right. You better, because the programs will fill up. And Chelsea may be sitting there thinking, oh, Miss Michelle, we're already full in this age group and this age group, but they will fill up fast if they haven't already. Again,
bgcrc.net. And Chelsea, it's been fun catching up with you, and congratulations on being the Smyrna director. And, you know, it has to be a good feeling to be part of not only two of the largest clubs in the area, but also, I would argue, two of the best.
Yeah, I'm so glad to be a part of the team and just continue to make an impact. And as Michelle said, we are actually full, but please join our wait list. And I appreciate you having me today.
I kind of figure that might be coming. So, but Smyrna always seems to fill up first there, Michelle.
It does. You're right. Smyrna fills up really fast. It usually does. And then in Murfreesboro, if I had to predict, we're probably full in like the second, third grade area, but that's just from patterns in the past. But, you know, get on the waiting list. We do a really good job about going down them as much as we can and clearing them as best as we can.
Well, that's great. Well, I appreciate both of you joining us today, and hope you have a great Easter weekend.
Thanks, Brian.
Thank you. Have a good Easter.
All righty, you too. That joining us today from the Smyrna Boys and Girls Club, Director Chelsea Mayer, and also Michelle Clifford, who helps to do all kinds of things with both clubs. I'm telling you, she is awesome, very, very busy all the time. We appreciate both of them for joining us today. If you missed any part of the show, be sure to check our website, WGNSradio.com, tap on podcast, and listen back to it there. Have a great Easter weekend out there, everyone.
Hello friends, Lenny Farmer with Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home. More than I can count, we have taken care of families who were totally caught off guard with the passing of a loved one. There are so